For this problem, we're looking at Test 1, Section 3, Question 13. The problem says, if x is greater than 3, which of the following is equivalent to, in this lovely expression right here? So I'm going to skip the math teacher way first. We're going to try something different. They told us that x has to be greater than 3, so I'm going to make x equal to 4. I'm going to put that into this equation and see what we get out. So we still have the 1 over, and then 1 over 4 plus 2, because we're replacing x with 4, plus 1 over 4 plus 3, equals 1 over 6, plus 1 over 7. Easiest way to find your common denominator is to multiply them. So we're going to multiply 6 by 7. So this whole thing will be multiplied by 7 over 7, and this whole thing by 6 over 6. So we end up with 7 over 42, sorry, the 1 over, 7 over 42, plus 6 over 42, which equals 1 over 13 over 42. If you remember from doing fractions, you're flipping and multiplying. So technically 1 is 1 over 1, of course 13 over 42. We're going to flip this and multiply. So 42 over 13. So our answer, when x is 4, is 42 over 13. This is the non-math teacher way to do it. So now we take this answer and we're putting in x equals 4 into the answer choices they give us, and we're looking for 42 over 13. So let's look at A. A has 2x plus 5 over x squared plus 5x plus 6. Again, we decided that x is 4. We have to be consistent with that. So we're going to change this x to 4, this to 4, and this to 4. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13. 4 squared is 16, plus 20, plus 6. So that gives us 13 over 42. Well, that's the opposite. So we need this flipped. Well, if you look at answer B, it is flipped. It's the exact same answer. It's just that the polynomial x squared plus 5x plus 6 is on the top, and 2x plus 5 is on the bottom. So we know that this is still going to equal 42, and this is going to equal 13. So there's our answer. So that's the non-math teacher way of doing this. For those that want to see it, I'm going to show you the math teacher way. And that's without plugging in our numbers. So again, the most common, the easiest way, put the wrong number there, the easiest way to find your common denominator is to multiply them by each other. So this one is being multiplied by x plus 3 over x plus 3, and this one by x plus 2 over x plus 2. So start with this one here, and we have x plus 3, and then these at the bottom we have to FOIL. So we end up with x squared plus 5x plus 6 plus x plus 2 over x squared plus 5x plus 6. So now we can add these two together. Adding the top, we get 2x plus 5 all over x squared plus 5x plus 6. But then if you remember, all of this was over 1, or under 1, excuse me. So we have to flip this and multiply. So now we end up with 8 squared plus 5x plus 6 over 2x plus 5. We're multiplying that by 1 over 1. So we end up with this answer. If you prefer not to put in your own numbers, this works perfectly fine. If you like the idea of putting in your own numbers, make sure that your number fits the equation. They said it had to be, x had to be greater than 3, so I picked 4 just to keep it easy. We find an answer, and then we put that same number into the answers until we find the right one. I hope that helps. Variables in the question, variables in the answer, putting in your own numbers is a great strategy.